Exposition Park is a 160 acres urban park in the South region of Los Angeles, California. In the Exposition Park neighborhood, established in 1872 as an agricultural fairground, the park includes the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, the Bank of California Stadium, the California Science Center, the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County, and the California African American Museum. The Lucas Museum of Narrative Art is under construction, bounded by Exposition Boulevard to the north, South Figueroa Street to the east, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard to the south, and Menlo Avenue to the west. It is directly south of the main campus of the University of Southern California. Exposition Park is a crossroads to the Los Angeles community. It's more than an urban park with outdoor recreational activities. Exposition Park is a collection of world-class museums, educational and sport facilities, and entertainment venues within the 160-acre campus. You can experience the fun of science, math, and technology at the California Science Center, learn about the diverse cultural experience at the California African American Museum, or explore natural and cultural worlds of the natural history of Los Angeles County, or simply relax in the splendor of the city of Los Angeles Rose Garden. Now, the landmark Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum offers excitement of world-class competition. The Los Angeles Football Club Bank of America Stadium will be the new cathedral of soccer, and Expo Center is a hub of activity and resources to a whole community. The California Science Center is a dynamic destination where families, adults, and children explore the wonders of science through interactive exhibits, live demonstration, innovative programs, and awe-inspiring films. Embark on the journey of discovery as you explore over 150 interactive exhibits in our galleries, including Ecosystems, a free permanent gallery featuring live animals, 7 immersive exhibits, and a 188,000-gallon kelp tank. Now, at the History Museum, the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles, at the World History Museum, Los Angeles County, discover your world past and present. From sin to science, a park for the people for decades into the 20th century, Los Angeles not only fed the world's imagination with films and television, it fed the world's bellies too. Los Angeles County prided itself in its farming abundance, and beginning in 1872, the show off its rich, varied crops with 168-acre agricultural park. Here's beneath a pair of pyramid-like towers bearing the name of Agricultural Park, brought produce from asparagus to zucchini to vivid displays of citrus, and here the crowds came to browse the exhibits and to watch the races, horses, camels, dogs, bicycles, and eventually automobiles. The Grandstand Agricultural Racetrack, 1905. After cheering itself dry at the races, and sporting set could get a drink at a vast bar set up for the 4-story brick grandstand. Daring gentlemen could repair from there to one of the city's more stylish brothels, a white clapboard house in the middle of Agricultural Park, intended as a hotel for visiting racing fans and big gamblers. In time of enticements of sex and speed and cold beer began to crowd out the agricultural attractions, a young reformer who took particularly dim view of sin and corruption decided that the twin pyramids that bore the name Agricultural Park more accurately bear the labels Sodom and Gomorrah. One afternoon in 1898,
That man, a stern, sharp-eyed 37-year-old attorney, USC law professor, devout Methodist named William Miller Bowen, ended his boys' Sunday school class at the nearby University Methodist Church. They quietly followed his students to see where they were going. They headed to Agricultural Park. Pushing his way through a jostling crowd, Bowen saw the horse racing track and a separate course where greyhounds chased rabbits. Bowen also found drinking, gambling, and prostitution. It became a clear way in a very short time. Bowen said in his speech that the vicious influences here were the more than undoing the work of trying to do our Sunday school class. Thus began Bowen's decade-long campaign to clean up Agricultural Park. This is Agricultural Park. Rising Avenue enters in Agricultural Park, circa 1900. Victory over vice in 1901. Bowen was elected to city council where he prevailed on his colleague to end gambling and racing altogether at the park. But the thrill-crazy Angelinos remained a speed haven on four wheels, not four legs. In 1903, the nation's most famous race car driver, Barney Oldfield, stormed his Winton Bullock around the mile-long Durville Oval at the park, and the worldwide race 55 seconds, a delirious crowd of thousands. Barney Oldfield in front of the Christie, 1913, the first mile-a-minute race car driver. Oldfield helped to popularize automobiles at the turn of the century. Anything on wheels was good enough for the park for weeks. Before the event, advertisements had enticed spectators. 200 policemen were hired for crowd control. On September 10, 1906, some 25,000 people watched a real demolition derby. Two steam locomotives huffed and puffed on a mile track before a slating head-on collision at a rocketing 50 miles per hour. Lawn bowling at Exposition Park. Goodbye Blight, hello blooms. In 1909, under pressure from Bowen, the California 6th District Agricultural Association and City and County of Los Angeles all agreed to redevelop Agricultural Park. 3 women's sunken gardens, also called Rose Garden, with the state armory in the background. By 1910, the saloons and brothels had been torn down. Plans were laid out for a trio of impressively state exposition building, now the California Science Center, the State Armory building, now a Science School and Natural History Museum, whose dome center made its beautiful of the 3. By 1913, because of the buildings of the park became known as Exposition Park. Originally a sunken garden with a few trees and a walkway that met in a central circle, the Exposition Park Rose Garden opened in 1928 and has had 15,793 bushes, all donated by local nurseries. Operated by the Los Angeles City Department of Recreational and Parks ever since. Its second largest garden of its kind in California is listed in the National Registry of Historic Places. From a place where farmers display their produce to a thrill-seeking paradise, the park has become a center of culture, education, and a spot where Angelinos can now literally stop and smell the roses. William Miller Bowen. And this is Exposition Park. Wow, look at the roses. This is the entrance, the end of good. the foundation of every state is education of its youth. Government is the happiness of the people, the end of all good.
Now this is just one side of the Exposition Park. There's so much more to see, so much to do, so much to learn in the history, from science to sports to African American history to natural American history.